All right, welcome back. So we started with talking about expectations. The first questions we talked about is asking your partner what their fears for marriage is, and then we now went into talking about expectations for marriage, the pictures you have. Right about now, we're going to be talking about having kids. You have to discuss that with your partner. This is very essential, is very critical. So I had a situation once I had to handle. The lady said she doesn't want to have kids. The guy wants to have kids. The guy is an only son. So even if they decide they don't want to have kids, it's not possible. In Nigeria, you're not married to yourself. You're married to the family. So the guy getting married to the girl is marrying for his family also. And then the girl wakes up to say she doesn't want to have kids. So he calls me up, say, I'm sending my girlfriend to you. Imagine her saying she doesn't want to have kids. Please help me talk to her, because this would define what will happen after now, which is very critical. That's why it's good to talk about these things. So imagine they never talked about it, and then by the time they get married, the lady's maybe intentionally taking contraceptives so she doesn't take in. It will cause a huge problem for them. Or she now says, I can't take in, I can't go through that process, I can't do that. Do you understand? So she came to me, she came to my office, and we talked about it. First of all, I had to make her see reasons with this guy. Okay, this guy actually wanted children. You understand? Children, typical Nigerian man. So I had to make him understand that, okay, considering that this is the picture she already has, it will be very unfair of you to not tell her, oh, you're going to have 5 children. At least 1 or 2 will be fine. If she makes the compromise from her own end, you too have to make the compromise from your own end. And then we agreed on that. And then she gave her reasons why she didn't want to have children. As beautiful as that reason may sound, she had to make the compromise because of her marriage. And then we now found a way out. We now found solution to that her reason. So at the end of the day, we are accommodating her reasons and accommodating the husband's concern. That's why it's good to talk about these things. Talk about how many kids you want to have. How many kids do you want to have? Talk about your parenting style. How do we want to raise these children? Talk about your nannies even before you get married. Do we want to have nannies? If you are saying no, we don't want to have nannies, how do we cope when the kids are still young? Draw the map. Let's have a picture of what we're getting into before we get into it. Because most times the misunderstandings we have in marriage is as a result of not having these things being discussed earlier on. And that's why I said when I started that it's never too late to ask these questions. Talk about these things. So for example, you don't want me to have a nanny and you want me to work, you want me to have kids. Hello, how do we do it? So we have to come to an agreement. If you are working and your pay is good enough to run the house, then I can stay at home and take care of the children. At least until they grow up. Or you don't say, but my career is very important to me. I sincerely don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. The both of you need to come to the point where you agree on something that will work for you. Okay, just because you don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, okay, we're not going to have a live-in nanny. We're going to get one that comes and goes, and she will not be coming every day. So she comes maybe 2 or 3 times in a week, and then she will do her cleaning and she will leave, and then we still have our space to ourselves. Do you understand? There's always a way out when you discuss these things. There's always a way out. So talk about these things as much as possible. Talk about these things. So we're done talking about having kids. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about is your dreams and your growth goals. So see you in the next class.